Today, we're going to unpack a really profound story about a young seeker named Sudana. He's on this incredible quest to figure out what enlightenment is all about. And trust me, his journey is just this masterclass in learning, in pushing through, and in understanding that wisdom, well, it never really ends. All right, so let's get right into it. Sudhana's whole quest, everything he does, it all boils down to this one powerful idea. For him, you don't just stumble upon wisdom by yourself in a cave somewhere, no way. He's absolutely convinced that the entire path depends on finding good teachers. Those guides who really get the Dharma, the ultimate truth, and can light the way for you.
So his journey kicks off, and it leads him to his very first teacher. But the setting for this lesson, it's not some stuffy classroom or a quiet temple. It's something that feels like it was pulled straight from a cosmic dream.
Sudana steps into this garden of just unimaginable beauty. I mean, try to picture this: a million halls made of jewels, trees that are literally fragrant treasure, and ponds filled with this pure water said to have 8 virtues. Even the wind blowing through the trees creates this perfect, divine music. And here's the thing, this isn't just pretty scenery. The garden is meant to be a physical reflection of a mind that's vast, pure, and totally enlightened.
It's in this absolutely breathtaking place that he meets his first guide, a laywoman named Hushe. And he asks her the one question that's going to power his whole journey. How do you learn the way of a bodhisattva? Now, a bodhisattva is basically an awakening being, someone who's on the path to enlightenment, not just for themselves, but for literally everyone else too. And Hayushi's answer, wow, it just reveals the insane scale of what he's asking. She tells him your motivation can't be small. It can't be limited. You're not doing this to save just one person or to clean up just one world. The Bodhisattva vow is completely boundless. It's a promise to save all beings, to purify all worlds, and to serve all Buddhas with 0 exceptions. It's an absolutely infinite job. So how does she practice this? Well, her own personal method is called the banner of leaving sorrow. It's this state of being so pure and compassionate that her very presence, whether you see her, hear her name, or just think of her, is enough to help you, to put you on that same path. It's like this effortless, radiant kindness. But here's the first huge lesson of the journey. Even this incredible teaching isn't the final stop. With total humility, Hushi tells him her knowledge has its limits. She points him onward, saying, go south. Find the ascetic named Vimuksha. An ascetic is someone who lives this really simple, disciplined life. So right away, Sudana learns the journey always continues.
All right, so let's see how this builds, because the next lesson, it goes way beyond words and vows and becomes this direct, seriously mind-bending experience of the infinite itself.
So when Sudana finally finds Vimuksha, there's no big speech, there's no deep philosophy. This teacher's method is, well, it's way more direct. He just calmly places his hand on Sudana's head. That's it.
And in that one single moment of contact, bam! Sudana's mind is launched on this unbelievable trip. His consciousness travels across more worlds than you could ever count. He experiences time across countless eons, watching ages rise and fall. And then, in the very next instant, he's back. He's right back in his body, standing in that same forest, but he's been completely changed. He has directly seen the infinite fabric of reality and basically downloaded the wisdom of countless Buddhas from across all of space and time. Can you imagine that? It's like getting 1,000 lifetimes of knowledge zapped into your brain in 1 second.
So this teacher's method is called the unsurpassed banner. It's this liberation, this power to travel through all of space and all of time in a single thought. And it's not some cool party trick. It's a tool you use to learn from every possible source and to help people in every single corner of existence. But, and you're probably sensing a pattern here, even this incredible reality-warping power isn't the end of the road. Vimuksha tells him, this is all I know, and points himself again to find a Brahmin named Shankara. The lesson is crystal clear. A true seeker never gets comfortable. You never think you've learned it all.
So this next part of the journey, this is where Sudana faces his most terrifying challenge yet. It's a test that goes beyond smarts and cosmic experiences and gets right down to pure, raw, unshakable faith. Sudana finds the Brahmin Shankara, who's just standing there in front of this enormous bonfire, with a mountain literally made of sharp swords next to it. And Shankara's instruction is as simple as it is horrifying. If you want to learn the way, you have to climb that mountain of swords and jump into the fire. And for the very first time on this whole trip, Sudana is just frozen with doubt. He's thinking, is this for real? Is this a wise teacher with some profound test? Or is this just a demon in disguise trying to trick me and end my quest for good? I mean, his entire life, his whole spiritual mission is hanging right here in this moment. Just as he's about to break, the sky literally fills with celestial beings from all these different realms. And they all shout out with one voice, begging him not to doubt. They tell him that Shankar is fire. It doesn't burn your body. It burns away your confusion, your ignorance, all your attachments. It actually frees anyone who's brave enough to enter it. So Sudana makes his choice. He decides to trust. He overcomes that primal fear, climbs the mountain of swords, gets to the top, and takes that ultimate leap of faith right into the heart of the roaring fire. And the second he touches the flames, he doesn't feel any pain. All he feels is this deep, incredible, blissful peace. You see, the Brahmin's teaching is called the Endless Wheel. It's a path that's all about radical action and just fierce determination. The lesson here is that sometimes the only way to get past our deepest, darkest doubts is to take a courageous, all-in leap of faith. So, after he's been tested on his intellect, his perception, and now his faith, you'd think, okay, Sudana's got to be done, right? But it turns out the biggest lesson of all is still on its way. After Sudana emerges from the fire, totally transformed, Shankara gives him the exact same instruction he's heard twice before. He points him to yet another teacher in another city. The path just keeps going, always forward, reminding him there is always, always more to learn. What Sudhana's story shows us so powerfully is that wisdom isn't some final destination you arrive at. It's a continuous journey. It's about always looking for new teachers, facing down your fears, and never losing your curiosity. And that kind of leaves a question for all of us, doesn't it? The path to wisdom is a journey of many, many steps. So, what's your next one?